Alright, hi people, it is Shakes here, and I'm here to do an unboxing of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Black figure, which is the second MMPR Lightning Collection figure I have. The blue one is back-ordered for when it gets back in stock. The pink and yellow ones are currently out of stock, otherwise I'd have them. The Green Ranger is currently on pre-order for release in January, and White Ranger, well, I wanted to order one from Best Buy, but they sent me the Magnet Defender instead, which isn't necessarily too bad because I already had it, but yeah. I'll wait until all of them come back in stock on Amazon. Unless if I go to a Best Buy at some point, but I don't know if I will. But yeah. So you got the box right here with the Black Ranger on the front. Power Rangers, Lightning Collection, Mighty Morphin, Black Ranger, and everything. On the side here, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo, more of his helmet, and same picture on the side. And then on the back, you got the figure in a pose with the power axe in its, I guess, gun mode with the optional effect part. So yeah, which is actually pretty good. So yeah, so we get the option parts with two fist hands. The option part for the power axe and everything. So yeah, Blade Blaster in its sword mode and its blaster mode. Which the Red Ranger didn't come with these, and I don't know if the other ones do. And it doesn't come with one for the holstered mode version of it. But yeah, so we got the power axe. I love the name of it from Ranger, which is the Mothbreaker. It's technically pronounced as a Mothbreaker, but it would be Mothbreaker because Mammoth. Whereas they call it Mastodon in Mighty Morphin, it's Mammoth in Ranger. But yeah, unfortunately, it's sort of missing a bit of articulation for what it should have. Where this part slides back and forth depending on what mode it's in. And the bottom of it is supposed to act like a holster for it in its axe mode. But they chose to just have it in its blaster mode rather than let you have it in its axe mode. But other than that, it's actually pretty good and really accurate for the most part. Even the coin right there has a good mammoth mold right there on both sides. So yeah, but yeah, you're supposed to be able to or you should be able to switch this back and forth, and it would probably be a little bit easy to keep it in both places. But yeah, so then we got the figure itself, which looks really, really good. There is a bit of weirdness with the head sculpts. This one's a bit too weird, like an oval kind of shape. The MMPR helmets are kind of like that on these figures, but I still think that they're okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. You got Zach's head from Season 2 rather than Season 1. I believe the version of this figure with the Dragon Shield from the Green Ranger had him from Season 1. I don't understand why they don't include multiple heads if the characters did appear in multiple seasons with different hairstyles or whatever. Or if the powers were held by two different characters, I don't understand why they don't have two different heads with them. I get that they didn't want people who bought that version of the figure, I think that was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from a couple years ago anyways, to get the same head, but it's really, really stupid that I can't have Season 1 Zach in terms of his head on the figure. I don't understand that at all. But yeah. But like I was saying, the helmets on the MMPR Rangers are a little bit too oval for what they should be rather than a bit more rounded. But overall, I think that the helmets come out pretty good on these figures and everything. Yeah, and then there's a good amount of detail. The power coin the power coins on these do have, like, really good detail to show off the animals that the Rangers have. And in this case, the mammoth. I think I might have showed it off with the Red Ranger, but he has a Tyrannosaurus on his belt. So that's actually a good amount of accuracy and everything. So yeah. So standard movement back and forth with the arms right here. It's a little bit stiff on this figure. But the joint right here for his shoulder is actually decently loose. Okay. The other one, not so much. These figures are kind of a crapshoot in terms of their joint posability. Oh, and that's a bit loose too on this, but it's a double ball joint on his elbow, like usual. The hands can move on a 180 because they're on a different kind of joint. And then his head can do a 180. And then, right, I always forget the legs can do a 180 because they're on this joint for posability. Then double ball joint for the knees and everything, which is always nice. And the feet, this one's a bit loose on the feet, but you can do that range. These figures are, yeah, because sometimes they're too tight, sometimes they're too loose, and then sometimes they're okay in terms of that. But yeah, you can take the helmets off, like all the other figures that come with the civilian heads. Which I don't believe we ever got the ability to, or the ability to see Season 2 Zach's head attached to the suit in the show, because by the time that they got the Season 2, Austin St. John, Tui Trang, and Walter Jones they had like pay disputes with Saban because they felt like they should be getting a little bit more money for how many hours they were putting into the show in terms of the shoots and everything, and they were making barely enough to like sort of scrape by. Like they were making about the same amount of money per hour as you would at McDonald's at the time, because of the fact that they weren't union actors, and Saban obviously didn't have a ton of money in Season 1, but Season 2, they were definitely just like, well, we have more money this season, we should get a little bit of a raise. But Saban wouldn't cave, and they left the show over that. Which is why it facilitated the need to have a couple more Rangers. Oh yeah, and then I don't understand why they didn't include Adam's head for this. Maybe they're probably going to include that head with MMP or Zeo Green, so it's not like it's really that big of a deal. You can just put his head on this figure. But yeah, so we have Season 2 Zach's head molded for this Ranger, and it's actually kind of interesting that they did that, considering he went with a more dread look at the time. But yeah, so basically that is it. Good figure overall. I would recommend most of these Lightning Collection figures, if not all of them, if you're looking for good Power Rangers figures for either you or someone else. So yeah, so not much else to say. Links description on my shit, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, I discovered something when I was looking at pictures on Amazon of the Dragon's Shield version of this figure, and it was something that I didn't know that you could do. That was exactly what I was expecting that you'd be able to do for the two different forms. Unfortunately, it kind of warps the plastic a little bit of this part of it, but you can adjust this. So I thought I'd throw that on at the end of this video, so yeah. So, again, not much else to say. Link description on my shit, subscribe once, and I'll see you guys in the next one.